guys, so before we were discussing percents and fractions. Today we're going to do percents and decimals. So page 30, 7.2, percents and decimals. Okay, all right, so turn to page 30 in your book. Always good to start a fresh page and title it 7.2 percents and decimals. Okay. All right, so with percents and decimals, we're going to write percents as decimals and then write decimals as percents. Okay. All right, so how to write a percent as a decimal? What you need to do is rewrite the percent as a fraction, just like we did before with a denominator of 100. Then divide. Okay? All right, so example. Let's say we want to rewrite 23% as a decimal. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take 23 and put it over 100, and then you're going to take your calculator and you're going to do 23 divided by 100, and that's 0.23. And that's our answer. Okay. All right, number 2, rewrite 7% as a decimal. Okay, same thing, you do 7 over 100, and then you do 7 divided by 100, 0.07. So that would be 0.07. So this means 23 hundredths. This means 7 hundredths. Okay, let's try another one. Rewrite 107% as a decimal. Okay, so you do 107 over 100. Type it in your calculator. 1.07. So 1 7/100. And that's how you rewrite a percent as a decimal. Okay. All right. Let's say you want to write a decimal as a percent. Okay. So this one that we did first, this was writing percents as decimals. Okay. We want to write now a decimal as a percent. Okay. So in order to rewrite a decimal as a percent, you multiply by 100. So you multiply the decimal by 100. And I spelled that wrong. Multiply the decimal by 100. Then add a percent symbol. Okay. Example. Rewrite 0 36/100 as a percent. Okay. So to do that, you write down 0.36 times 100 type it in your calculator, and you get 36. So that would be 36%. Okay, next example. Rewrite one and 2/10 as a percent. Okay. All right, so we write down 1 and 2/10 times 100, and then we type it in our calculator, 120%. Okay. All right, let's say you want to rewrite a fraction as a percent and decimal. Okay. So write a fraction as a percent and decimal. Okay. All right, so the percentage, the fraction that we want to write as a percent and a decimal is 92 out of 100. Okay. All right, so as a percent, the denominator has to be 100. Okay, so the denominator is already 100, so as a percent, this would be 92%. Okay, and then to get it as a decimal, you just do 92 divided by 100, and you get 0.92. Okay, let's do an example. You earn 90 out of a possible 100 on a math test. Write 90 out of 100 as a fraction, percent, and decimal. Okay. All right, so to do that, first thing you do, 90 out of 100. To write it as a fraction, you do 90 out of 100, and then we need to simplify. So to simplify, we use the ladder method. These both end in 0, so I can divide by 10. 90 divided by 10 is 9, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. And these, their greatest common factor is 1, so we're done. So this, as a fraction, would be 9/10. So this is my fraction. Okay. And then, as a percent, if you recall from yesterday, 90 out of 100, the denominator is already 100, so 90 out of 100 would be 90%. Okay. And to get it as a decimal, you just do 90 divided by 100. Okay, so let's do 90 divided by 100, and that's 0.9. So 90 out of 100 is 9 out of 10 as a fraction, 90%, and 0.9. Okay, modeling a real life situation. It says, the figure shows the portions of ultraviolet rays reflected by 4 different surfaces. How many times more UV rays are reflected by water than by sea foam? Okay, so grass is 3%, sand is 0.15, Seafoam is 25% and water is 21 out of 25. Okay, so the diagram shows that seafoam reflects 25% of UV rays and water reflects 21 out of 25 of UV rays. So first, we need to write the 25% and the 21 out of 25 as decimals. Okay, so on your paper, we need to do 25% as a decimal. So we do 25 over 100. Then we divide 25 divided by 100, and we get 0.25. Okay.
I was gonna say they've been playing this game kit that's like Among Us,
Oh yeah,
and they loved it. It was so fun.
like during
I get to game kit live, and it, like they have to do math to earn coins to be able to investigate people, and then if there's imposters. It's awesome.
GimKit, like GIM.
GIM.
Thank you.
They did it in Miss Long's class. So I was like, fine guys, we'll try it. It was fun.
Okay. Now we need to do 21 out of 25 as a decimal. Okay. So to do that, you just do 21 divided by 25, and you get 0.84.
So we haven't fully challenged the judge yet.
In order to compare these to see how many times more it is, we need to see how many times this is more than 0.25. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide 0.84 by 0.25. Okay. So in your calculator, do 0.84 divided by 0.25. Anytime it asks you how many times more, you're going to divide. Okay. If it says like how many more, you're going to subtract. But if it says how many times more, you're going to make sure you divide. So do 0.84 divided by 0.25, and you get 3.36. So the answer to the question is water reflects 3.36 times more UV rays than seafoam. Okay, all right, so make sure you have this work shown so that way you will be able to do it on your assignment. If you have any questions, let me know. So now we covered percents and fractions and percents and decimals. Thank you, and y'all have a good day.